I've never been this happy in my life, but I've also never been this stressed. So that's a weird dichotomy to face. Because for so long, especially like working in corporate America, I've always associated high stress with unhappy. But
Hmm.
now it's like a weird switch of super happy, but also super stressed. And you have to just learn like no matter what, like you're still gonna be going through things. Even if you're happy, you're still having to like prioritize and like put things in order. So learning lots about that.
Big facts. Or just to put it simply, I feel that so deeply, and I think I'm honestly poking at what you're talking about from an artist
Hmm.
perspective on a pretty consistent basis. But I think it's worth even just talking about just people in general in 2025. Like we've never been so connected, and there's so much noise that we have to deal with in order to like properly prioritize and take action, whether it's relationships, whether it's tasks, whatever it may be. But like, there's like the highest opportunity right now, but then also the highest amount of responsibility that comes with that.
Exactly.
You know what I
It's like
mean?
now it's like the perfect time to really hone in on a craft, especially like being creative, um, and fine tuning like who you are and the services you provide and what you're just offering up to people who are supporting you and packaging that in the way that's really, acceptable to people. But it's incredibly motivating and it's a time to do it, but it also requires a lot of work that I feel like a lot of people just don't realize or misjudge, miscalculate how much effort it does
Totally.
take. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and it feels like, okay, so taking that concept where there's all this noise, there's all this opportunity. Have you have you kind of run into this issue where you take action in a bunch of different directions and you end up kind of like wasting time in certain
Yes.
area? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Because it's not like obviously where your attention goes, energy flows. So like if all your attention's in one spot, all that energy's in one spot, and then that can thrive. But when you're in a position where you do have to divert energy to a couple of different areas, it's likely that one of them's going to slip up. Um, and when you're not in a space where I don't know how to word it, but it's just knowing that you're in a position where you do have to put attention in different areas of your life, it requires you to really trim the fat and really stop wasting time in other areas. And for me too, that's kind of hard to do. Like, yeah, I do kind of just want to like watch TV for an hour. I do just want to play
Hmm.
games. I kind of do just want to bowl or do this or that. But if you have to divert your attention to other places, then you have to really be disciplined. That's one of the hardest things about it. Is like all the discipline's on you. Like in
Hmm.
these positions, especially being creative, there is no one telling you what to do. You don't have to do this stand up with your boss. You don't have to meet this quota. Of course, you do in the sense of if you have people to pay, if you have an editor to pay, or you're paying a producer, this, that, and the third. But if it's all on you, it does take an incredible amount of discipline
Hmm.
to get these things done.
Yeah. Yeah, and to the point of like, playing a game or watching TV for an hour, it seems like the context in which if you're doing that with a partner or if you're doing that intentionally, then
Hmm.
it can be productive. But then if it's unintentional,
Yeah.
then you run the risk of wasting time. And it seems like part of the context of like whether it's you using your time wisely or not is like your goals.
Right.
Like you gotta know where you're trying to head in order to take action in that direction. Do you do you have a process for kind of like setting goals, and even just especially moving from like corporate America to go into creative? Was there like kind of like some north stars that you were heading towards?
I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, because before I jumped into it, I really tried to grab a hold and understand like what's my creative market cap. So When you're starting a
Mm,
business, you're looking out, okay, if I want to, I don't know, start a coffee shop. Okay, how many coffee shops are in the town? How many people like coffee? What kind of coffee do people not offer? Like what's your market cap? Like what's your target audience? What can you offer them? What's not out there already? So I did that in my creative field. Okay, how many people are saying the things that I'm saying? Who's saying the things I'm
mm,
saying? How many followers do these people have? So what's a realistic cap for me? Like no one, not everybody can be Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is so basic that it's so GP in general public that of course it's going to have a massive following. But for what I'm talking
mm.
about and what I'm doing specifically, what does it seem to be my market cap? It's like, okay, it seems to be a ceiling of 4 to 5 million subscribers. So, okay, what's and then I try to like make realistic goals off of that. Like, okay,
Wow.
if I'm seeing people starting out and they're around, 100, 200K mark, then I'm going to set that my goal because I know that is more realistic for me and what I'm doing in this sphere. And not only just that, what do I like about all these people that are doing what I'm doing that's working, but also
Mm,
what's something that I would do that I would love to watch and that consistency makes me happy. That way I don't get burnt out. That way when I am working, I am creating, I enjoy what I'm doing.